talk about. You know why we have good stuff to talk about?
Why?
Well,
Because the NBA's popping?
cause who?
The NBA's popping?
Um,
Or is it the NHL?
well, before you say that, ladies and gentlemen, on it, we're here, brand new episode. Ooh, you got me,
Yep.
you got Devin. The NBA, Devin, is it popping? It's not really popping enough to have a topic today.
That's fine.
A lot has been going on in the NFL world. A lot,
Uh,
a lot,
yeah.
and a lot more than I expected. Like I guess just off the rip, like right after the season. Like I thought there'd be like a little cool off period,
There was, for
and
sure.
there's kind of still like big moves are still waiting to be made, and we obviously got the draft and stuff. But it's like
100%.
there are a lot. But I will say, to go back on your like we need less NBA games. I want to
Yes.
push back on that even more because it's like I'd say the last month, like every night, I've been able to have like a good TNT game on. Like it
Sure.
seemed like almost not every night, but almost every night it's like a good ass game is going to be on TV at 10,
Sure.
10 p.m.
Yes.
And it's like,
And, I mean, maybe I'm a little bit far-fetched with the number of games, but to me, it's like the quality of the majority of games. Like, obviously, we're going to get those games that are, like, great games.
and the NBA knows like prime
They
time.
know what games are going to be the shit.
Prime time obviously isn't as big a deal in the NBA, but like it's still like if there's only gonna be one game on at 10
Yeah.
p.m., it's like the NBA does a pretty good job of making sure it's
It's
big.
going to be Celtics Nuggets or something.
But there is a lot going on in the NFL world, and
Yeah.
one of the first things I saw that made me the happiest little Ravens fan of them all was
Does that make you very happy?
it's not what you think. We'll talk about Matt BK in a second, but
Okay.
I saw that Joe said he wants to come back and he wants a chance to play somewhere. He said he would love to return to Cleveland, but he wants a chance to play. He said, "Look, I'll come and play for Cleveland. Like it's cool. I love what
Yeah.
I did there, but if I have an opportunity to play,
Yeah.
I want to go play." Now I'm
Well,
not gonna.
he's not playing Cleveland. I mean, unless he's expecting Deshaun to cause more problems or something.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I think he's gonna go out there and ball somewhere, but it's just like I just woke up one day,
Yeah.
didn't expect to see a report like that where it's just like Joe's just
Kind of did, though, you know?
Joe don't
Like,
Joe,
Flacco caught a second win. Like, he was looking like, hey, I might retire. And then he comes back and he's like, I can still play well.
but Flacco don't talk much. For him to just be like, no,
No.
like I'm trying to after like, but I get it. Like it's like, bro, after what I did, like I want to.
What's crazy to me is, like, Flacco didn't talk like that after leaving the Ravens because he was a backup for the Jets. Even when he was a backup for the Jets and got starts, he didn't talk like that.
I'm sure.
I'm sure he
I'm
did.
sure there's reports of him being like, I want to play this and that, but it's
Sure.
you know, like you're like on those teams he was playing for, he wasn't. If he was playing, not much was happening. He just
Yes.
got off the couch and brought the Browns to the playoffs.
Yes.
So this is like the best thing he's done since being a Raven.
100%. For sure.
But yeah, Joe coming back. I'm not gonna sit here and
He's 39.
I don't have a bunch of spots for him. I don't have landing spots. He's probably gonna, if he leaves Cleveland or even stays in Cleveland, he's probably gonna be a backup quarterback or is gonna be picked up after an injury or something next year. And
For sure. But, I mean, I think he's got a pretty good chance on the Browns of them not having a starting quarterback midseason.
We'll have to wait and see. I hope I want to see a full healthy Deshaun Watson year just because we can finally.
Also, one of his brothers played in the Orioles minor league system.
Who's?
Joe Flacco.
Oh, I didn't know that. There you
Mike
go.
Flacco.
Mike Flacco?
Maybe. Somebody.
Mike Flacco. See, that sounds AI generated. Is that really his name?
AI generated? You don't think Joe Flacco sounds AI generated? Hey, pick an Italian name.
Is Flacco Italian?
Joseph. Yeah, big time.
I wouldn't know. Joe Flacco is the least Italian person ever.
He's from New Jersey.
Is he?
Yeah.
Let's see, bro.
He's from Jersey, but he went to I didn't know he went to Pitt. He started at Pitt and then finished at Delaware.
Bro reminds me of like a PA Delaware guy.
I know, but he's from
I get it.
Jersey and grew up in Jersey.
I get exactly where he's from, but it's just he's the least.
You don't
Italian.
feel it.
He's the least Italian I've ever.
Sure,
bro. He was my quarterback for a fucking decade, and I never even thought like, damn, that's our Italian QB. Like I never.
No, I mean he's not Italian. Like fucking, what's his nuts thinks he's a fucking Italian.
Tommy DeVito.
What's that? Yeah, that fucker. I'm glad his fucking shit's dead, dude. I'm glad you made your fucking t-shirts, you fucking sellout.
I mean,
like good shit.
Who's to say who the Giants quarterback's going to be next year? It could be Joe Flacco.
That's not a bad spot.
We have zero clue who the.
That's not a bad spot, brother.
Well, shit. Not even to like hype it up too much because I don't even really have him as a topic today. But apparently Russ had an interview with the Giants. He had an interview with the Steelers.
I know he had one with the Steelers. I didn't know he had one with the Giants. I mean, why drop a terrible quarterback just to pick up another terrible quarterback contract?
Stop it. I mean, the contract. Well, here's what I saw though. There's something. So this is like the biggest amount of dead cap in like NFL history
for all teams.
No, for one player. Like
oh him, yeah. Like, no, it was
like Denver.
How much was it?
Denver's got to pay him.
It was $85 million, though.
Let's just say next year Denver has to pay him a lot of money.
But I saw his cap is whatever. What do you call it? Was $85 million.
Whatever he signs for, he could sign for a vet min, and he's going to get like $40 million next year, no matter what.
Sure.
So he doesn't have to go and sign some crazy contract somewhere. He's banked already. He's got a bag coming next year already.
That's fair.
He can go anywhere and anywhere that might just be a quarterback away and has a lot of talent. And I wouldn't say the Giants are one of those teams, but Steelers, it's a little scary.
You want to hear something cool?
What is cool?
Joe Flacco's brother went to CCBC.
CCBC?
Community College of Baltimore County, Catonsville.
Oh, okay.
Played baseball there. And he played in 4 games for the Bowie Bay Sox, which is the Orioles AA team. I was at one of those games. Of the 4 games that he played for us, I was at one of those games.
Is it Mike Flacco?
Mike Flacco, yeah.
Mike Flacco.
I was at one of those games. We also had Carl Yastrzemski's grandson. But you don't know who that is.
I have no clue. All right. Let's move on to some other shit. We talked Joe Flacco, but
yeah,
Devin. So I don't know if we're just like meant to be GMs. I don't know if we should be running.
I think we are. I think that might be my next career escapade.
Like I feel like obviously we can't take Bills did what they did, but maybe we can go to another team and make some of these moves. But we pretty much called every single thing that the Bills are going to do, or did everything we said they should do.
Yes.
Now they cut Jordan Poyer.
I mean, there were guys we didn't talk about. That's for sure.
They cut Jordan Poyer. They cut Tre'Davious White. They cut Nyheim Hines. They cut their center Mitch Morse. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Reconstructed Von Miller's contract, which we were saying,
which is also a possibility that we brought up.
We were saying cut, but reconstruct. Hey, whatever. We were just trying to find the best way to help with the cap space. So that's awesome.
I mean, it's essentially the same thing, but once you started texting me about all that, this guy had 3 tackles. Was it 3 tackles or 3 sacks?
3 tackles. 3 total tackles.
3 total tackles in 12 games.
Yeah, I remember you were like he got hurt, and I'm like, he played 12 games though. Like I remember I look back, it's like he played 12 games, got 3 tackles. So the fact that they cut some of the players they cut over him, maybe a little questionable, but I will say I do like the fact that the Bills made the moves.
But here's the thing, like Jordan Poyer and Tre'Davious White have the ability to go get a better contract elsewhere or the same contract. They're not guys who would be willing to lose money for this team. Von Miller knows if he goes anywhere else, he's taking a pay cut regardless. So why not stay in the same place and take a pay cut?
Well, no, I mean, I completely understand why Von would want to stay in Buffalo, but I'm looking more like why would Buffalo want to keep Von Miller at this point? I don't really. I mean,
Well, it depends on what they restructured for. Hopefully they.
they reconstructed it to what I think to save 8 million. They knocked 8 million off, something like that.
Well, their problem was when they signed him to that contract.
His problem was the fact that he's on. I don't. I don't know.
No,
I'm
I
full on cut.
agree with it.
Like I don't think bro should be on the team anymore in the first place. He had 3 total.
He might get cut or traded midseason. So.
Now Tre'Davious White, he played 10 games in the last 2 years, so
yeah.
I get that.
That was an immediate cut.
Jordan Poyer, I mean, he's 32.
Yep. But he was taking up what? 23 mil in cap space?
7.5.
7.5 Jordan Poyer was taking?
Yeah.
I thought it was at least 12.
No, it was he was taking up 7.5. It was Tre'Davious that was taking up what was he taking up? Tre'Davious was taking up 16.5.
Someone was taking 23. Was that Vaughn?
Vaughn was taking 23. Yeah.
Okay.
Vaughn was taking 23. Tre'Davious was 16.5. Poyer was 32 or was 7.5.
Poyer, yeah, I mean,
Justin Simmons, he was released.
Yeah.
Which we also said, like, Denver is on complete crash out mode. They need to just get rid of anybody that has 100%. A chance at going and making being the one extra piece for a team. And look,
where's their? Do they not have a draft pick or a good one?
I don't know. I don't know what Broncos draft situation's looking like. You can pull that up. But Justin Simmons, I didn't have time to see exactly where he could be landing, but I did see a lot of people saying, if we can't keep, let's say, we as in the Ravens can't keep Geno Stone, but we could go sign like a Justin Simmons. I would,
yes.
If we're stuck in that type of predicament, it's like, oh no, it's like, I won't be too mad at that.
Yeah, for sure.
But
they have the 12th pick, so they're not getting a top dollar quarterback. But apparently, there's this one guy from Tennessee who lit up the combine.
I can't remember his name. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But apparently, he had a great showing.
Yes.
All he was doing at the combine, like, he didn't care where the receivers were. He was just throwing absolute bombs.
Yeah, bro. Okay, I'm pissed that I can't remember his name because, I was watching those earlier where he was. See, but here's my thing.
But then you watched his, like, route throws, and they weren't great.
Combines, like.
Joe Milton.
Yes. The fact that, like, a lot of coaches come out and say that they don't even go to combines and this and that, and it's like.
There was a hell of coaches there, dude.
And there's so many. But Sean McVay, he hasn't been to a combine since 2019.
Maybe that's why he drafted Puka.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you?
But also, you can watch him on TV.
Exactly.
It's not like he's, like, blind to it.
I just feel like, to me, when it comes down to it, like, okay, and this is a obvious example, but, like, Bill wasn't doing much combine scouting. He was doing more of,
that's why he drafted N'Keal Harry.
He's doing more of, like, wow, this guy, like, look at this film. Look at what this guy's doing. Like, I feel like, I don't know, people gas the combine up. It's a big, like you say how the Super Bowl is a what? You call the Super Bowl
an event.
The combine is an event.
An event.
The combine, to me, does not have much. It doesn't affect your draft stock that much.
Rarely does it negatively affect it. From what I've seen over recent combines or just a lot of combines is like you like guys like Joe Milton or guys like Xavier Worthy. Now these guys are going to get bumped in their draft stock because Joe Milton's got fucking arm talent.
They could, but I'm saying it's also
like Xavier Worthy a little bit faster than everybody else.
It's also like, don't you think teams have seen plenty of quarterbacks in college just throw a ball really far?
Like I watched his route throws, I didn't see anything impressive. And also I didn't know like overthrowing receivers was like a good thing.
I mean, is it overthrowing if it's in the breadbasket?
No, there were overthrown balls.
I feel you, but all
like Lamar gets shit talked because he overthrows people. He's got a great arm.
It's just like whether like if you're someone like Caleb Williams, you could do whatever you want at the combine, and I don't think there's anything you could do at the combine that's going to question what people have already seen on tape or what teams have seen on tape too.
Not a
Like
chance.
I don't know.
But
The
to me, it
combine,
seems like the guys like Chris Carter was talking about, fucking like someone goes, oh, I think it's the hair. He goes, look at the beard. It's like, ew,
Chris
dude.
Carter, he was on a whole other thing. But to me,
He was getting real zesty on that guy.
the combine is like a college Pro Bowl because nobody does. Fuck the Senior Bowl.
Sure.
It's like a college Pro Bowl at this point.
Yeah.
It's just an event because that's what the Pro Bowl is. It's not a game anymore. It's just skills.
The combine is more exciting than the Pro Bowl, which is interesting.
Yeah, and the combine's pretty boring, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Agreed. I mean, sometimes it's cool to see some highlights. The Rich Eisen 40 overlay is nice. The Tom Brady overlay.
It's like, oh, Christian McCaffrey.
Hey, look, Christian McCaffrey's brother is faster than him.
His brother is that
much
faster than him.
Half a step.
It's like, all right, that's cool. And me as a Gator fan, it's like people were in awe at Anthony Richardson and his combine. It's like, guys, it's like, no.
It's like, watch his tape.
It's like, he is athletic.
It's fucking horrible.
It's like, bro,
it's like fucking god awful.
Trust me, I know bro is athletic. It's just,
I mean, you guys were Emory Jones was so bad. You guys were calling for AR the whole time. And you knew that he was the best athlete on the field, but you also knew that he wasn't that good of a quarterback.
And when it comes down to it, college football, you can abuse your athleticism a lot more.
1,000%.
And that, I mean,
unless you're Lamar.
That's not even.
Lamar's the only guy who's done crazy shit in college and then also done it in the pros.
In today's game, I mean, like you could
today. I'm saying only in
like Reggie Bush. Like you could just pull out anybody, but
a lot of running backs actually. Derrick Henry, maybe. I don't even know where he went to college.
Running backs translate very well.
I think
probably the best. Is this a hot take? Like
offensive?
No, in the game, the best in all of football. I think the easiest. And this is not to discredit the running back position. This is more to say like how developed they already are by the time they are juniors and seniors in college.
That is true. I think
it's the easiest translation from college to NFL.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's difficult for corners because corners aren't facing top-level talent all the time. Wide receivers aren't facing top-level corners all the time.
No, that's why I'm saying running backs is the easiest.
Yeah, because now it's – I mean, you're not – like, yes, you need a good O-line or whatever, but you're facing this same sort of type of guys up front.
Like, O-line is O-line. To me, maybe you could have an argument about that, but let's be real. We're not having an O-line discussion. Quarterback.
When it comes to running back talent.
There's no question that if you're talking running back, quarterback, what's easier? Running back. If you're talking receivers, I think it's running back. If you're talking corners, it's easily running back. People will debate that corner is the hardest position in all of sports.
For sure.
Like, I mean,
and it's one that definitely has levels to it, and you need to face the highest level of receiver to perform in the NFL.
Now, but then you got unicorns like a Micah Parsons, a Kyle Hamilton, where it's like they are so just polished by the time they made it to the league.
Yeah.
But I think on average,
it's rare you see a safety like Kyle Hamilton who can come in that quick and run a defense.
You got so many DBs and pass rushers that look great in college, and they might
Davion Clowney.
It might take a couple years if they ever reach that, to get.
But there's also a lot of guys who don't get looked at and then become top talent.
Exactly. So it's like I don't know what we were.
Puka Nacua.
Puka, you got
a lot of guys actually.
Running backs, easiest position in football from translation standpoint from college to pros.
But it's still probably difficult.
No, it's difficult 1,000%
for every position.
It's like you got to think if you are a Division I starting running back and you're a junior or a senior, you have been doing the same exact what? We're talking rushing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to simplify it a little bit. Maybe the same exact 5 reps,
Sure.
different reps for
Your entire career.
maybe 15 years.
Yeah.
And if you got the size, you got the skill, it's like you are so polished by the time you make it to the league. That's why you got so many running backs that out of college, it's pew.
And it's rarely a position where you get better over time.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you get better after maybe your first 2 or 3 years.
You might figure it out.
You might figure some things out, but I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to maybe what team you're on or whatever. But when we see a great running back come out of college, they're hitting their peak early in Ezekiel Elliott. Like he had a great first 4 years of his career, 4 or 5 years, and then it's just immediately downhill. But like if you look at a safety or a corner, it's a long time before they reach their peak. Jalen Ramsey has been in the league 8 years and he's still peaking.
Do you know how many DBs I watched in Florida and I was like, they are taking over the league? Shit,
Yeah.
Vernon Hargreaves, Keanu Neal, Brian Poole. I'm like, these guys are gonna be animals. They go
What's nuts?
They go to the league
right?
and stink that shit up. I mean, I guess CJ Henderson. I guess shout out to bro, but you know,
Chauncey,
or Kyrie Elam over there. Chauncey for sure. Even though he
came out a little hot.
People have their,
but Jalen came out hot too. He was a rookie of the year
for sure.
But I mean, he's still, from what I've heard, at least getting better.
But that just goes to show, like, I've seen so many DBs who I thought were gonna go crazy in the league.
It's a way more difficult. It's a harder position.
DB besides quarterback, DB's probably the hardest.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. All right, let's move on. Let's talk. So I can't remember if we talked about this at all last episode, but Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a free agent.
We talked about boom or bust with him.
So what do we got? We got 5 teams, 5 potential landing spots for Calvin Ridley, since he's going to be a free agent or is a free agent or however this.
He's a free. I didn't even realize because we talked about him as a Jag.
Yeah, I was gonna say. However, you know when he's a free agent. So let's knock some obvious out of the way. I'm not gonna lie. We talked about Mike Evans. We talked about Derrick Henry. We talked about Saquon. We talked about
Josh Jacobs.
Guys. I might like Calvin Ridley to the Ravens more than any guy to the Ravens this offseason. If we could figure that out,
that's way bigger than getting a running back.
Dude, give me Keaton Mitchell and Justice Hill if that's what we have to do at the running back position.
I would take.
No, I don't care. I don't give a fuck, Devin. I don't give a shit. Fair. If we can if we pull that one off, oh man.
Fuck Odell.
I would like that.
They're like, Odell's not coming back. Yeah, he can go have fun with fucking Kim K. No one gives 2 dicks about Odell and his fucking shitty ankles.
But you know what's scary? Chiefs. Calvin really is a Chief.
Is it? Is it though?
Is it scary?
Or by the time the season starts, everyone in that family is going to be on probation.
No, it's 10,000.
Everyone is going to be on house arrest.
Wait, yeah, I get 6 months.
6 months of probation. Oh, you can't have a beer for 6 months. Congrats, you fucking
rubbing up on a chick.
Molester.
All right, but look, if Calvin Ridley goes to the Chiefs, it's the same narrative as it's honestly a better narrative than Mike Evans to the Chiefs. But okay, some other.
I mean, you got a threat. Real threat.
Let's throw out some other teams because look, you can make it obvious. Make a super team in Baltimore. Make a super team in Kansas City. But what if we say fuck the bullshit and we go Calvin Ridley lining up as a New York Jet?
Oh.
Well, you got Wilson and Lazard over there already. Throw Calvin Ridley over there too. Aaron Rodgers is going to have a field day because a lot of people aren't. I mean, the Jets conversations were louder when it was Aaron Rodgers might return this year. than right now. I feel like the Jets conversations has been mute. Nobody has been talking about the Jets.
Yeah, no one's been talking about it. Well, everyone's talking about the teams that were great this year.
Yeah, but I mean,
and we kind of lost that. Like, well, I didn't. I knew that they would stink a big bag of diarrhea, at least defensively. Also, again, their coach is a jackass.
Who? Jets defense is the reason they were having
won 4 games. Yeah, nice.
No. They were the reason that the games they were winning was making those conversations. Bro, stop acting like they weren't having conversations about if the Jets make the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers is going to come back, because they were in the race for a minute.
Yes, but that got shot down quickly because they started losing a lot.
And I'm saying, what do you?
But no,
the defense, or do you think Zach Wilson was a bigger reason for that?
All of the above, but Zach Wilson.
The Jets defense.
Zachary, agreed.
I like the Jets defense. I don't hate
but
it.
What's crazy to me is, like, hey, you bolstered this offense up with receivers and a running back and all this stuff, and then you can't muster together 200 yards of total offense a game because what, you have a shitty quarterback? Yeah, we know you have a shitty quarterback. What else is going wrong? Because there's a lot of teams with not great quarterbacks who were better than the Jets.
Bro,
a lot is the big word.
Bro, Zach Wilson sucks.
I know.
So I'm saying, like, he's worse than most quarterbacks. He's
I don't know how
he's not good.
You know what's still the funniest thing to me? You ever seen Mac Jones on draft day? That walk?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, fucking I don't know what made me think of that. I was thinking why they drafted Zach Wilson, and then I started thinking why they drafted Mac Jones.
Bro, a lot of bad quarterbacks have been drafted very high in our time.
It's because they're white. Josh Rosen? Oh, the next coming of Jesus, Josh Rosen.
Who the fuck is Josh Rosen? Where are we talking?
The guy who was supposed to turn around the fucking Cardinals.
The guy who was better than.
Or was it the Cardinals or the Dolphins? Who did he get drafted by?
Dude, I don't think either.
No, it was one of those.
It was the Cardinals. If it was one of those, it was. See, that's the problem. We can't remember. If it's neither, let me guess. But it might be Arizona. You might be right. If it's neither, let me guess though.
Drafted by the Cardinals, went to the Dolphins the next year.
Okay.
And then was practice squatting until last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a number 10 overall pick. I believe picked before Patrick Mahomes.
A lot of people were picked.
No. Sorry, picked before Lamar.
Oh, yeah. But Ridley to the Jets, he's automatically, I mean, in my eyes, wide receiver 1, which gives better looks to Wilson and Lazard. And, I mean, like I said, Aaron Rodgers is going to eat DBs up.
I hope so.
If he has that wide receiver core. The Lions.
Ooh, him and Amon-Ra.
The Lions.
Stanford, Florida.
It makes a pretty good offense even scarier.
Mm-hmm.
I think
it's a very good offense.
I think the Lions should really lock in on making sure that they got a good defense next season.
Yeah.
But hey, if the same.
But I think up front, they're pretty decent. Maybe another secondary, maybe a Jordan Poyer.
That's what I'm saying. Or a Justin Simmons. Or a Geno Stone. God damn it.
Why are the Commanders never in these conversations, Mikey?
The Commanders are.
Maybe we'll be in these once we draft Caleb Williams.
I'll tell you that they are in one of these conversations we're gonna have today. So they are in one for a hot minute.
Who will have the worst season?
No.
What organization will fail to exist in 5 years?
But you know what I won't be surprised about, or I won't be surprised if this happens. If Calvin Ridley is a Jag next year.
But he's free. Did they put him in free agency?
Work out because he wanted to test the waters. But what if he comes back and works out a deal with Jacksonville and they pay him a bag that he wants?
I mean, I didn't think he would leave.
But it's a situation.
But my thing is like, who else would pay him more?
Bro, Mike Evans became a free agent and then signed with the Bucs. It's like Calvin Ridley.
Well, free agency hadn't started yet. He was just
Oh, he didn't. Are you sure?
Not officially, no.
Are you sure Mike wasn't shopping?
I mean, maybe he was, but I don't think free agency had officially
No, I'm
started.
pretty sure this was the first season Mike Evans became a free agent. Like it was
Was set to become a free agent if he did not make a deal. No.
Mike Evans a free agent. We're gonna find out right now.
I mean, his contract was up, but the free agency hadn't started. I don't think.
Okay. 2
It
years.
was like, hey, get a deal done beforehand.
Okay, hold on. So this says Mike Evans he was planning to test free agency. Okay, so that's
If he
what I got.
didn't, if they weren't like, hey, 26 mil a year.
See, that's the thing. Testing free agency does not mean you're counting out the team that you were on, which was
That's
my
fair.
point. I completely forgot that it was a contract extension. But same thing with Calvin Ridley. I think he could go and explore, and he might come back to Jacksonville and say, "Hey, this is what I'm getting offered," and Jacksonville might be like, "We'll pay you that. Like if you want to. I mean, if you want to stay here, I mean, we need you. Like we could use you.
Oh, big time.
We appreciate it if you play for us, but no,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
I'm afraid of what that Jacksonville team will be if they don't. I mean, even get another piece on top of Calvin, because I don't even know who they have right now outside it. I know they have somebody else.
Christian
I can't
Kirk.
remember. Huh?
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk's fucking old.
Is that who they're running with?
Is he? But Christian Kirk acts old and looks old, and he's not.
At this point, I don't know wide receiver ages anymore, except
No.
Chris Godwin. Like I don't know any. I don't know.
But Chris Godwin is like, I feel like he's been in the league 15 fucking years. That guy.
Yeah, see, like
you never hear a peep out of him,
if
dude.
If you would have asked me, I'd have been like, bro's 30.
Yeah. 31. I haven't heard a peep out of him ever.
27 though. Chris Godwin is 27. But out of these 5 teams, obviously what I'd want to see is
the Ravens.
Is the Ravens. I'll take that out. Out of these 4 teams.
But if you are to get him, it's not like, hey, this is the guy who's going to turn things around. It's like, no, this is a good piece. We got him for pretty cheap.
No, it's not going to be cheap at all. I don't think. But I think it's more than just a piece. I think that's like that. I think opens up wide world of opportunities for the Ravens offense. But
Zay Jones,
with him taken out, with the Ravens taken out, I'll say I would probably. I don't know if I'm just glazing Aaron a little too much.
Could be,
because I would like. I'm not gonna lie. I would like to see him be an addition to the Jets and just like let's be real. We don't load up for these old quarterbacks. We loaded up for Tom. Let's load up for Aaron Rodgers too, because bro still got plenty left in the tank. We need to load bro up with a.
Well, they loaded up that defense for Tom, dude, and that O line.
Yeah, but they were like, okay, you got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Oh, Gronk, he's not retiring. He's coming back. Oh, you want? Gronk
yeah. Gronk's coming back.
Okay, fuck it. Like I want to see a team built around the Jets, but I also wouldn't mind the Lions.
I don't mind the Lions.
Dan Campbell deserves it. God damn it, he deserves.
That guy deserves something.
He deserves an even better offense, an even better team.
I mean, you know what's crazy is if it was Ravens Lions, we would still be talking about the Super Bowl.
We would be.
If it was Ravens Niners, we would still be talking about it. But everything about the Super Bowl immediately ceases when we all understand that it was garbage. And bullshit.
Is there a chance that we'd still be talking about the Super Bowl no matter what, as long as the Chiefs weren't the winners? Just because we were kind of like I think me and you personally just don't really.
Well, there's nothing to talk about, but like, oh, they're gonna win again.
It's like, yeah, it's like, are they gonna win? Probably. I don't know. Honestly, probably. Sadly,
I'm not.
We're gonna do this for another year.
To quote Nate Diaz, "I'm not surprised, motherfucker." Yeah, but
I don't know.
It's not cool. I don't like it.
No, I'm definitely not a fan of it, but it is. It is what it is. Let's talk. Okay, I thought this was funny because I've always had just a funny take about Nick Saban, but he came out and had some quotes, talking about his retirement.
Yeah.
And I just want to pull it up to see exactly what the quotes were.
I didn't read those because I knew we would talk about them. So,
Nick Saban comes out and says, All they want to know is two things: what assurances do I have that I'm going to, or that do I have that I'm going to play, and how much are you going to pay me? So I'm saying to myself, maybe this doesn't work anymore. That the goals and aspirations are just different, and that it's all about how much money can I make as a college player. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that's never been what we were all about, and it's not why we had success through the years.
So he's mad because he can no longer cheat.
All right. I'm not going to sit here and say it's full-fledged proof fact. Nick Saban was paying his players. Now, when I say Nick Saban was paying his players, I don't mean he was writing checks from Nick Saban's bank account saying, "Here's my money." But there's there's this thing called boosters, and the University of Alabama makes a lot of money, and they can give, like, I've heard firsthand stories from people who were living in Gainesville, around Gainesville, and were like, yeah. And I honestly, I want to go, like, I want to go talk to them and get this information because I want to remember exactly what it was. But it was like,
Yeah.
it was, they saw players for Florida. I can't remember if it was, they were having brand new trucks pull up. They were having
Fuck yeah.
a full furniture set brought into their rooms, or sound systems, like stuff like that. Like, that's paying players.
And the Fab Five get caught?
That's paying players.
Yeah.
You cannot ever convince me the talent Nick Saban had on his rosters throughout the years, and the fact that when NIL happened, he immediately dropped off.
The problem is that it's like, you know what it's like? I'll tell you exactly what it's like.
What?
It's what happens to a drug dealer when weed becomes legal.
Yeah.
They don't have an upper hand on the market.
No.
Because you can go to a dispensary and go buy weed from anywhere. You don't have to go to this one place to make money and play good college football.
You don't.
Or find good weed.
You don't.
You don't have to go to that one guy.
And it's like,
you can go anywhere. You can go to fucking Jackson State.
It's like, I think every player, no matter what, wants to win and has aspirations to win. But when it comes to an 18-year-old picking their college and what...
But also, if you're looking at like a 3 or a 4-star, a guy who might not ever make it to the league, or maybe a guy who doesn't, not everyone has aspirations of making it to the league.
Okay. But I'm saying, like, in the moment of being on a team, wanting to win, I think is a thing for everybody.
Yes, but now it's like, I have like a low-level quarterback has a great opportunity to go get an NIL deal and make money.
No, I feel you. Like, you're an 18-year-old coming out of high school, and you got a chance to go make money all across the country. It's like, yeah, winning is, like, you'd like to win, but it's like was it Wayne that said it in Colorado's locker room? It's like, it's gonna be hard to lose, or
it's gonna be hard as fuck to lose in here, because you're coming back to ping pong tables and flat screens and fun.
Which Shedeur Sanders was mad. He was ranked
and gold change. He was what?
Somebody came out with a top 10 college quarterbacks going in the next season.
Of course he'll be mad.
Shedeur was 10th, and he was like, somebody drug test this man. It's like,
of course. I mean, because he's told to think like an imbecile.
I don't know, bro.
Maybe it's a good thing, but he thinks as such to the point where he is blind to his own ability. He thinks he's the best. And yes, you're allowed to think like that, but that's the only thing he sees. There's no reason in his mind why he shouldn't be the number 1 overall pick.
But
even though he won 4 fucking games.
I think Saban he's hilarious coming out acting like it's like, I never cared about players before this NIL shit. Players didn't care about money and what they could get out of me. And it's like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody was doing it.
Yeah. Let's go watch a Najee Harris interview. Like, did you get paid? It's like, no.
Bro, he laughed.
No, I did not.
Bro basically said yes. Like, he was like...
Because you're allowed to say yes now. Yeah. Because nothing's going to happen to Nick Saban. Nick Saban is glorified now. The best coach ever.
And did he retire because we're gonna find out some things in the next couple of years? Some more players? What else they were making? I don't know.
I don't think he fears these fuckers.
Maybe
he runs these bitches, dude.
Maybe, but I don't know. You can't. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if he's getting ahead of the game before an avalanche comes of like Nick
for sure. He might be.
He gave me that. He bought me a
restaurant. Guys have lost their jobs for this.
Yeah.
Nick was like, "Yeah, we don't do it.
Why would we? You think? Wait.
But there's a reason why we're winning.
You think our backups a 5-star because we pay him?
Yeah, you're nuts. It's because we tell them. It's because we treat them like shit. That's why.
Wait. And, trust me, I know maybe you don't think all these players panned out well or have panned out well yet in the NFL, but it's like that locker room pick of Mac, Jalen Hurts, and Tua. It's like, what were?
Oh yeah.
What were they driving? What were they living?
3 starting quarterbacks want to be on the same team.
How dare furniture look? I know they had massage
exactly.
in there. I know they had some good shit in Bama.
Yeah, you think Mac's fucking tubby ass wasn't living the fucking life?
Come on now, like stop.
Get out of here.
Devin, I have a little story for you. So,
Ruh-roh. Oh yeah, no, I don't even know what this is, dude.
It's just something that was like, to me, I thought it was so funny because of how stupid it was.
Yes.
So like, you ever, like when you wake up and like you maybe wake up in the morning and like you're not fully there.
Yeah.
Like maybe you wake up to go
because my blood is elsewhere in my body.
You wake up to like go piss and you're like
half. And then you piss on the wall.
You're like half. Yeah, or like you don't hear it hit the toilet. You're like, what's going on? Like why?
Sure.
That's besides the point. Kinda. Because I'm getting somewhere. So I wake up a couple of days ago, and I'm like, I'm going to take a shower, and I go over to take the shower and I grab my robe.
You have a robe?
I have a robe. My girlfriend put me on.
Did you take it from a nice hotel?
No. My girlfriend.
I thought that's how people acquired robes.
My girlfriend put me onto the robe, and it's like a towel robe. Like dries you off, all nice.
Like a low robe or like a full robe, like an upstairs robe, like shoulders, everything.
Like a robe. Like.
Do you have a belt with it?
Yeah, I got a belt with that motherfucker. Come on now.
Nice.
But.
Do you put your hair in like a towel?
Don't ask
Sorry,
me about my hair.
Being rude.
Are you? Look.
No, I'm being rude.
So, I put the I go to put my robe in the towel warmer. We have a towel warmer. Towel warmer. Another invention that we stumbled across. Bro, the best bathroom utensil or
a towel warmer.
A towel warmer. It looks like a little R2D2, and you take the top off, you just put it in.
Yeah.
Set it. Warms the shit out of your robe.
Is that not a fire hazard?
No.
I guess it's like a dryer.
I'm gonna tell you for sure why it's not a fire hazard. I go to put the robe. I'm like gonna go put the robe in, and I go, "What the fuck?" There's liquid in the towel warmer.
In the bottom?
Yeah, like it's like filled. Like I'm like, what the fuck?
Like water liquid?
I don't know. I'm looking in the moment. I don't know.
You fucking dummy, dude.
So I'm like, wait. I take it. I dump it in the toilet.
No, dude.
And once I dump it in the toilet,
it smells like asparagus.
No. Because I'm not even gonna lie. I did like what? And I'm like, I'm hydrated. I guess like I'm good. I dump it in the toilet, bro. It's pissed.
Yeah, straight up piss.
And I'm sitting there like, just frozen, like not frozen, like oh no, like it's just like
sure.
Because I don't remember pissing in a towel warmer.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So
you sound like me, dude. You don't even drink.
I remember getting up to piss in the morning, like that morning.
Yeah.
But like, I'm saying like it was not one of those days where I was confused or anything. Like in my head, I got up, went into the bathroom, started pissing.
Yeah.
And I was good.
Yeah.
Now,
did you flush the towel warmer?
Maybe I'm exposing myself I don't know if people can sit here and act like they're fucking clean, but if I wake up at like
You can't expose yourself with a robe on.
But no. I'm talking like cleanliness. If I wake up at like
Yeah.
5 a.m. to go piss, there's a very good chance I'm going to piss. There's no flushing, cleaning. I'm going right back to fucking sleep.
No, I completely. I don't think I've ever washed my hands at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Anybody that's pretending like they've never done that or don't do that, stop watching this.
The only time I wash my hands is before I like eat.
Like I don't even want you watching this podcast if you're lying. If you're a liar. I don't want you watching.
Yeah.
You're a liar.
Agreed.
But
no women listen to this anyway. I know, dude. There's women who don't wash their hands. Those people are nasty. Those women are gross.
Plenty of women that don't. I know women. We know people who didn't. We know. Well,
we know a bunch of uncleanly women.
I pissed in a towel warmer. It didn't set. Any. It wasn't a fire hazard or anything. Nothing caught on fire. Nothing blew up. But I just I pissed in a towel warmer. And I didn't know until the next 4 hours later or however long later.
Now, where is it placed in the bathroom?
Right next to the toilet.
Like to the side of it?
Yeah. But you got to think, Devin, like I lifted the lid off the towel warmer thinking it was the toilet.
Dude, you sound like me.
But I'm saying I'm putting these pieces together, just assuming like, okay, so I must have taken the top off thinking it was the toilet seat.
Yeah.
But I don't remember being confused, like being like, man, what the fuck's going on? Like I feel like I would have picked up on that at one point.
Yes.
Like maybe like I said
like
earlier,
midway through.
Like you start pissing, you don't hear anything.
Yes.
But I guess I started pissing in the towel warmer and it immediately started to fill up. So it sounded like,
sounded like a
bowl. Like, I pissed. Yeah, no, I pissed.
Are you sure it wasn't the person you live with?
I questioned it.
Because that would be funny.
I questioned it. But I pretty much came right to her and I was like, okay, listen,
I got a big question.
Because there was two ways. She could have been like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you pissed in a towel warmer. That's disgusting.
I'm assuming that would be her reaction, wasn't it?
It was like, because I
Was it concern? Was it like, hey, do we need to go to the hospital?
Well, no, it was more like, you are a fucking idiot. Because I tell her, I'm like, look, now listen, you can't get mad at this. Because I'm like, this is hilarious. Like, I need you to realize that this is funny as shit.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I did it. And then I tell her, and she's like, well, like, at first I tell her, she's like, the towel warmer. Like, she's like, come on, dude. She's like,
your guys, it's the favorite appliance.
She's like, did you clean it? Like, she's like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
is it broken?
No, it's good. Cleaned it up, disinfected it all, and it's
like all the fuck out of it.
Good, bro. Heated it up. It didn't smell like burnt piss. So
that's good.
We're good. We're rocking and rolling.
Well, you're hydrated. I mean, it probably didn't smell like piss.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that I was hydrated.
Like, I can't relate to pissing in weird places when I'm not under the influence. Like, I've been woken up by someone, like, just banging on the door, and then it's like, the fuck? Yeah. You pissed all over the fucking floor mat? Like, I walked into a bathroom in my house and just took a piss on the floor mat. I mean, I got to the bathroom, I just pissed in front of the toilet and not in the toilet.
I thought you were saying someone was so drunk they called you Matt.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't
piss on the floor mat. Like, come on.
No. I pissed on the bathroom, like the bathroom mat. So what I'm assuming is I walked into the bathroom, the toilet's to the left, and I just stood in the doorway and then just pissed directly on the floor. It was soaked in piss.
See, I mean, maybe like it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't be.
But I wasn't
up, so it's like
sober.
Yeah, so like being sober, doing that, it is funny. It is hilarious.
Is that not a little scary? Like
the fact that I don't remember it.
Do you sleepwalk?
See, it wasn't sleepwalking though. It was like
you were awake. It was fog.
It was I woke up to go piss.
Mental fog.
It was I woke up and was like, why am I awake? Oh, I gotta piss.
And this is where you're like touching for like light switch stuff.
This is it's like I'm going around. That's the thing. If I saw what was going on, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have done it. I wanted
when I wake now, were the lights off?
Yeah.
In the bathroom?
Yeah.
I guess that.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, there are times where it's like I don't want to be hit with that light that early.
See, well, that's the thing. If I hit the light in the bathroom with the door open,
You're not going.
it's hitting me and everybody.
Everybody, the other person.
The dog too.
Oh, that's fine. That dog's up.
I don't wake the dog up.
No, you never want. Well, the dog wakes up. My dog wakes up to.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Any movement.
As soon as I got up, he was. So it's like he's trying to figure out what's going on. But
I wish I could say that.
Let's talk. Let's go back to some sports. Let's talk some sports.
I mean, I'm cool talking about
piston in weird spots.
Towel heaters,
towel warmers. Get one. It's cool.
What's the benefit?
Your towel's warm as shit when you get out of the shower. You don't have that transition period from shower to towel, and you're like cold for that second. It's like fuck, like oh god damn.
Kind of, but like the towel is meant to warm you by being a towel.
Yeah, it's room temperature.
Yeah.
You get one that's fucking 90 degrees and you put that bitch on you and it's like amazing. It's great.
That's kind of nice.
It's great. It's great.
If I were taking, do you take cold showers?
No. But that's the thing. Okay.
Neither do I.
Okay, but here's the thing. I'm taking really.
If I was taking a very cold shower, that hot towel.
I'm taking a really hot shower and then turning it off, and then I'm immediately getting hit with like 68 degree. Bro, I'm in Florida, bro. Fair. It's hot. It's hot.
Well, why you want a hot towel? Why not a cold towel?
No, I'm saying it's hot. So I got the AC blasting. So if you're wet, you're gonna be freezing.
Nah,
you get the robe because it's not just a towel. Towel's not gonna be enough. You put the robe in the towel warmer. That's full body. Put it on. You're good. We're here. Fucking Tommy DeVito. God damn it. We're here.
Who was this? Well, this was Drew Lock.
Was that Drew Lock?
This is Drew Lock.
Was he
at Mizzou?
That was. Okay.
Was it Mizzou? Did Drew Lock go to Mizzou?
He went to Mizzou.
I think that was against Texas.
He went.
And then they whooped their ass, and then they started doing this. But those are things I don't think of. I don't think about how warm my towel is.
But I feel you. But once I was shown it and was like, no, you got to try this. Like, this was the thing. It was a purchase that was made. It was there. It's not like a decision I made. It's like, no.
Like, hey,
warmer. If you want to try it, it's there.
I need to boost my quality of life.
Like, I guarantee you this was something found on TikTok or some shit,
1000%.
But it does boost the the quality of your shower.
Sure.
It does. All right, let's move on. Justin Madubuike.
Yes. The highest.
So, and I write down at first because I took the notes a couple of days ago. Ravens.
He makes more money than Aaron Donald.
Ravens tag Justin Madubuike. And I'm like, that's cool. Because that's the news that
y'all tagged him?
That's the news that came out first.
When?
A couple days ago.
Today? Or a couple days ago.
And then
today,
breaking news. So here's my thing. I want to figure this out. Maybe not on this podcast where we can, but at some point, is it he got tagged and then they worked out an extension and he's the player they have to keep tagged, or is it they tagged him and then said, never mind, we're gonna work out a contract?
Oh no, he is no longer on a tag. No.
But I'm not. I know that he's not under the tag, but I'm saying because we already used it.
No, you guys still have a tag.
Okay. All right.
I think. I'm almost I should be correct.
That'll be interesting
but
then.
4 years, $98 million.
And I told you
PQ is out of that bitch. Sorry. You do have Roquan Smith,
That's
but
fine.
PQ is gone.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I told you if I had to pick one, I'm picking the guy that would be harder to replace if we lost him.
It's Madubuike? Yeah, I guess.
It is Madubuike. Trust me, and he's going to prove why he got that contract.
I hope.
I'm not worried at all about it. Like people aren't pushing back. When Lamar got his money, it was oh shit, and then he's done what he's done. This is cool. Like I'm glad he got this deal. I'm glad he's gonna be a Raven for at least the next 4 years, and hopefully he keeps doing what he does, Devin.
This is a weird contract.
What's weird about it?
So, base salary per year for Matabike's contract without incentives, he gets a $25 million signing bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And then $6 million in 2024, 7.5 in 2025, 22 in 2026, and 18.5 in 2027. So what I'm seeing here is he's on a 2-year timer.
2-year what?
Like they might boot him after 2 years if he doesn't produce because he'll be making $22 million in 3 years.
Sure, yeah, no, I'm down the line.
So I mean,
yeah.
I like the way that this is structured. The 25 mil up front's pretty cool for him.
But worrying all year.
Does signing bonus have anything to do with cap space?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know exactly how the cap is breaking.
I think that's why they do signing bonus.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think
like
that
there's signing bonus and then cap hit.
the signing bonus and then a contract.
Yeah, like if you look up someone,
But yeah,
if you look up someone's contract, it'd be like cap hit, salary bonus.
Signing bonus is separate. Yeah.
But like
Zay Flowers' signing bonus was $7 million.
Yeah, but Matabike, I like this because instead of worrying all year with him under a 1-year deal, being is he coming back? Is he coming back? It's like I don't want that pressure is lifted off. I don't got to worry about that anymore. Is Patrick Queen going to be a Raven next year? It's pointing very, very highly, very high chance that he's probably not going to be a Raven next year.
Yeah. But I mean, crazier things have happened.
Go get your bag, Pat. I don't care. Go get your bag. I guess we can talk. What do we want to talk? Do we want to talk possible Saquon landing spots? We got possible. Well, we got. All right. You want to talk possible Saquon landing spots or possible Kirk Cousins landing spots?
Kirk Cousins. Thank you very much.
All right.
Washington Commanders.
The Washington Commanders are the first team when it comes to Kirk Cousins and.
But is anybody else saying that, or is that just?
No, this is based off of I usually pull up like 5 to 10 articles and I'll get the median, I'll get the average answers, the average idea, and then I'll take let's say 8 teams, and then I'll go through maybe the 5 that I think are like the most that make the best sense, and then it's like, all right, let's go with these 5. Washington is one of them. I like it more than a Russ. Well, see, here's the thing: the way Russ is. Like we talked about Russ's contract, we don't know what he could sign for. Kirk's going for a bag. Not the biggest bag, but he's going to.
No, not a
he's going
massive
for a bag.
It'll be more than Daniel Jones, maybe.
It'll be.
Maybe in the 40 range.
It'll be up there. It'll be up there for sure. But
he's only 36.
I think I like it more than the Russ move. I honestly like it more than a rookie quarterback. If y'all draft like a Marvin Harrison Jr. and then bring Kirk over there, I would not.
I think it gives Terry a chance to shine with the best quarterback he's seen. And then we've got to probably, Marvin will be a top receiver next year, I'm assuming.
Probably.
At least a top rookie.
All things go well.
But yeah, plus Terry is pretty sick.
Yeah, I like the move. Do I think it's... I think the chances are slim.
Yeah, most signs are pointing to the Falcons.
It's why... See, okay, let's talk Falcons. Because literally
Falcons or the Vikings.
The Falcons are the next team. And I literally wrote, it's going to be Russ or Kirk.
At this point, it's what it looks like.
I think it's going to be, if someone else gets their hands on Kirk before they do, then Russell Wilson is going to be the Falcons quarterback and vice versa. And I like the move either way, but you throw Kirk Cousins in Atlanta and give him that talent on that offense. I like it.
Could be fun.
An easier division than the NFC East, and maybe he doesn't. Not to say he hated his time in Washington, but maybe he just doesn't. He wants it. Maybe if he's going to go somewhere else, he wants to go somewhere new.
He definitely didn't want to stay.
No, But I mean, Washington is definitely going to be ran different. Than his
Different is a great word.
Than his time. Yeah, I didn't say better or
no one said better.
Worse, but it's gonna be ran different. And he might like the way it's ran now compared to when he was a different Washington team. But
you know what's crazy is that like Kirk's 36. We used to look at a 36-year-old quarterback, and go, all right, maybe another year. It's like Joe Flacco's 40.
But the problem is, it's like way more likely that he probably does just have one more year. Like Tom Brady has.
Who, Joe? Yeah.
No, Kirk.
One more year.
Bro, he's 37.
36.
Or he's 36. I just don't know.
I think he's 2 or 3, maybe.
I don't. But
he's in good shape.
But Tom has skewed that quarterback age thing.
I know, but Tom played till 45.
I know, and Aaron Rodgers is pushing for a similar goal, and it's like these quarterbacks are skewing, and maybe there is a movement where technology really has caught up to where a lot more quarterbacks can play longer.
I mean, Breeze was almost 40 or 40.
Yeah, but it was. I don't know. I feel like.
I mean, Kirk has at least one more.
I feel like Breeze had a little more
Breeze
of an obvious drop off. Like not as bad as like a Phillip Rivers drop off, but like he didn't. Not as good as a Tom Brady drop off, even
I don't know if Tom Brady dropped off.
I didn't end with the. He didn't end his final season with a pretty record, or pretty.
They won the division.
Sure, so did Baker. So hey.
But like, if he didn't have to stay those 2 years. He could have just like won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Left, and then maybe his wife wouldn't have gone to jiu-jitsu practice.
I don't know. It sounds like she was kicking it around with bro for a while.
That was in apparently they started in 2021.
That's hilarious.
But how could you not? You're wrestling. You're rolling around on a mat.
Funny, like what he.
And it's like 2 hot Brazilians.
He lost his wife to like.
Tom's gone for 9 months of the year.
He lost his wife to get knocked out of division round like twice, or what? Wild card division round, like he.
Whatever, like for no reason.
Yeah.
Other than his own gratification.
Yeah, but I mean.
Which, in my opinion, if your wife's willing to leave you, good on you. Let her go.
I'm gonna say let her
Fuck
go.
her.
Let her go.
Who cares?
Yeah, why are we?
Let her go have her time riding horses with fucking short Brazilian men. You just lost an autistic guy who doesn't like strawberries.
All right. I'm struggling with this one because I don't really know how I feel about it, and it's not because I'm a Ravens fan, but Kirk to the Steelers.
I think I don't hate that.
I don't.
But
look, I don't.
To me, it seems like signs point a little bit more toward Russ for a Steelers move. But I don't hate them putting in just a regular pocket passer.
I don't hate it.
Those receivers.
I definitely don't hate it. But, and I know I might get flack for this.
One to fear.
I might get flack for this, and maybe this isn't his fault, but I don't know if Pickens is elite enough, maybe just yet, for Kirk to flourish. Like, let's be real.
I mean, they'll play well. Flourishing is going to be a tough thing for anybody.
Like George Pickens is not Justin Jefferson.
Who?
You know what I mean? Like when you
got
somebody
is very
like that to rely on.
But I mean,
you can't rely.
You don't need to put up those same numbers and as many points with that great defense.
Maybe.
I mean, we're looking at a different division. We're looking at a different league where defense is very important.
I mean, the AFC North, though, you're going to have to be able to play defense, but you're also, but you're also going to have to be able to score. I know, but you don't have to throw for 4,000 plus yards to win games. You don't have to. You definitely don't have to. Maybe Najee has a great year. But I'm saying that maybe their other boy has a great year. If you want to, accomplish the most you can with Kirk Cousins at your as your quarterback, you might need him to have a 4,000-yard year. You might
Sure,
need him
but
to
I
have
don't
a
think it's impossible with Deontay and with Pickens and with their other guy whose name I'm
look.
forgetting because
I tried hyping up Deontay Johnson for what
I know you really did.
2 years.
I think that may have been like a fantasy, like you had him on your team, like type of deal.
I mean, I've been
You were
trying.
trying to hype up Curtis Samuel for a little bit,
I've been
which I
trying, bro.
appreciated. I appreciated it.
Deontay Johnson, like he's not making a guy like Kirk Cousins so much more valuable.
I know.
I just don't think so.
I know. But
Um,
Kirk wants to win, and I don't think there will be any winning happening in Minnesota. I mean, they just cut Alexander Madison.
so
I don't know. He was their only running back.
yeah, but they'll figure it out.
What are they going to pick Dalvin up again?
I think they'll definitely figure out their running back situation. But
What about the Raiders?
Who?
The Raiders. The Raiders are on this list of people. I think that's a bad move.
I didn't even write the Raiders down because I don't.
Good.
I don't. I saw the Raiders as an option, but it's like, yeah, he could go there.
What about the Broncos?
No, Broncos are in tank mode. I think. I don't think.
Why not just take Kirk Cousins down with you?
Bro, they're gonna be paying somebody that's not a quarterback on their team more than what they're probably gonna be paying Kirk Cousins next year if he ended up signing with Denver.
Russ will. Yeah.
But I will say with Minnesota, I think it's a similar situation to like Baker and Tampa. Like and what I mean by that is
who, where?
Like Baker and Tampa.
Yeah.
Like both sides are content.
But you said Kirk in
Minnesota reminds me of the same situation with like Baker and Tampa in the way where I think where both parties are talking the Vikings and the Vikings and Kirk versus the Bucks and Baker. It's like they're both content. They know what they're going to be able to get out of these guys. They both expect more out of each other. Like, Kirk and Baker are going to expect shit from said franchises, and these franchises are going to expect more from these quarterbacks if they keep, giving them money and, and they're saying you're our QB1. But I'm just saying, like, when you're in that middle ground where you don't have the highest amount of expectations, but you're set, you're solid, you're winning enough games, you're getting by. I feel like it's almost in Kirk's best favor to stay in Minnesota.
It definitely could be. I mean, he would have to go through another sort of changing of expectations, but I feel like they're different, Baker and Kirk. Baker, I mean, at a certain point was kind of fighting to prove something.
Okay, see, how they got to that level of trust,
sure.
Two very different routes.
But
just that level of just being
it's kind of like a hey, Kirk, like, you'd be sure, go look, fine.
Yeah.
But I don't hate having you here. That's nice. I don't think you hate having Justin Jefferson to throw to.
Yeah, it's like I think the Bucks talking to Baker is the same way Minnesota.
But for the both of these players, it's not their like
it's like
highest aspiration.
When we're talking to them in the office, it's like, look, if they were being honest, it's like, look, we're not going to win a Super Bowl. We're not expecting a Super Bowl out of you.
No, we're not planning on doing so.
You could be a Pro Bowler.
Maybe
you could be a Pro Bowler, but the hype they put behind Kirk after he tore his shit up and I think they showed that they want him to be his they want him to be their quarterback. He hasn't really showed any proof or evidence to wanting to leave.
No, but I want to see him leave. I want to see him come your boys' way.
Yes.
I don't want to see him go to Atlanta because that is reserved for Russell Wilson.
Or Pittsburgh. Russ is going to Pittsburgh or Atlanta.
No, Russ is going to Atlanta.
Russ might. not go to Atlanta. I don't know.
If Sierra's got to
I don't
say,
know.
Russ.
I don't know. He might. He might. But
Russ is going to Atlanta.
if I had to pick, I'd say Kirk to Minnesota. That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
I guess last thing before we get out of here,
they'll pay him enough.
They'll pay him enough.
Kirk lived in his van for a while. He lived in a van.
Last thing before we get out of here, we took a look at the Bills. We took a look at the Eagles. We'll be talking about this team a little bit throughout the pod, but I took a little bit of a better look at the Tampa Bay Bucks. Obviously,
what do you see?
Well, they re-signed Mike. They tag Winfield. The Baker deal is soon to come. The defense.
I thought there was a deal. What happened with that?
They just
working out.
Yeah, they've been having conversations about a deal before the season ended.
Is there a possibility that a deal falls through and Baker's not free agent?
No,
probably
not. No,
there's a possibility.
It's like probably. It seemed like from both sides, the talk fired up even more once Mike Evans re-signed.
Will there ever be a time when we see Kyle Trask touch a field? I mean, we were talking about that this year.
It would be.
Cool. Let's not fret on what we were talking about mid-season.
It would be cool, but let's not shit on Baker's ride.
I'm not shitting on his ride.
Let's not do that.
His ride's pimped out. Look, all I'm saying is there was chatter.
We're watching 39-year-olds come off the couch and go to the playoffs. Kyle Trask has plenty of time to play quarterback in the NFL. All right.
Yeah, I just saw that Matt Barkley is on the Jets. So that's nice.
There you go.
No, the Jags.
There you go.
Like Matt Barkley. Like
Mitch
that guy.
Mitch is back in Buffalo.
Is he?
Yeah. Nice. He's back in Buffalo. They cleared all that cap space for Trubisky.
They did. Yes, they did.
But
him and Kyle Allen.
The Bucs defense, they got corner Carlton Davis, still got Vita Vea. They could re-sign Devin White, who's 26, or Levante David, who's 34. But if I had to pick one, obviously Devin. But the money is, I think it's gonna, money's gonna be a bigger factor in that.
What if you guys get Devin White instead of PQ?
I don't want to pay him that. If he's looking for a bag, he can look somewhere else.
He's looking for another championship.
And then right here, Godwin is only 27. Rashad White pushed for nearly 1,000 yards. He's only 24 years old. I'd like to see the Bucs add maybe one more receiver, like maybe go out and draft a receiver this year, or add a tight end they could rely on a little bit more.
Who's there? Cameron Brate still there or no?
Was it? I can't even remember if it was Brate or Otten or let's pull that if you want to pull that up.
Yeah.
I do want to see because I know there was a toss up at tight ends. There wasn't it wasn't the best lineup. Yeah, Otten. He led.
Cade Otten. They don't have Cameron Brate. He was on that 2020 team. I don't know.
Yeah,
where he went.
Yeah.
I'm living in a.
I rolled with it, thinking maybe he's on the roster.
I like saying names that I know just to prove that I know names.
Yeah, no, I let you rock. I was like, yeah, maybe he was on the team, but Otten, I remember.
I just want to rock.
Otten didn't even push for 500 yards, so it's like.
Yada.
I'd like to see, like I said, one more receiver or a little more of a reliable tight end. But then that defense was something I noticed.
Cameron Brate just got released.
There's a positive
last year. Sorry,
last year. Okay, yeah, he was a Buck for a minute. There's a positive and there's a negative when it comes to this Buccaneers defense, Devin. On average, they allowed 344 passing yards a game.
That's a fuck ton.
But they were top 5 best in rushing yards allowed. Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
Were they a great front 8 and they really were good at stopping the run?
Or nobody wanted to run on them because they can just air that bitch out.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's the problem. That's probably the biggest thing is what do you tackle first when it comes to the Bucs defense? Because at the end of the day, if say their pass rush is giving whoever they're playing all the time in the world to throw that bitch up, it doesn't matter how good Winfield or Carlton Davis is.
Yeah.
You might just get caught here.
Yaya Diaby. You ever heard that name?
I think I have heard that name. But it's at the same time, they tag Winfield. They still got Carlton Davis. They still got they got these linebackers going on the free agency market. What it seems like they
Is Shaquille Barrett gone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a fucking idiot. I don't
know.
know. He is out of there. I'm dumb.
But
I know.
what I'm just trying to, I just don't really know what they attack first, because if you're the Bucks, are you confident in what you got at DB? Do you still go out and try to pick at like a Geno or a Justin Simmons or someone like that? Or
Jordan Poyer.
Or Jordan Poyer. And maybe, not to shit on him too much, but like, do you snatch like a Marlon Humphrey? Like, but either way.
No one's, dude. Marlon knows he's not staying on the Ravens.
Yeah, he's probably not.
He's gonna have to change his podcast colors.
He's gonna have to. He's probably gonna change the dark blue and red. He's gonna go play with Judon in New England. He loves Bill. It's gonna happen. He loves who?
Bill's not even fucking there.
What are you doing here?
All right, Bill has been there since before I was born. So like,
he loves Bill. It's like, well,
there's no like, I don't know a Patriots without Bill.
I got some bad news for you. Bill is
not
the head coach
Trump's
anymore.
not the president.
So maybe they got Jamal Dean, who's taking up $12 million in cap space. Maybe you cut him.
I don't even know who that is.
Just cool little safety. Cool little DB.
Would you say that you don't know? This is probably dumb. There's no way I know more than 50% of the NFL players. No, not a chance in hell. But I'm assuming I don't know the majority of football players in the NFL.
Yeah, but here's the thing: there are more backups than starters. So
1,000.
Do I know at least 50% of starters? I could probably confidently say yes.
Off the top of our heads?
Yeah.
Defensively, I'm
not going to spend time doing it, but I think I could. I could name you a lot of.
No, we're going to take a podcast time.
Yeah, take all the podcast time. We're just going to sit here and name as many starters in the NFL as we can think of.
Tom Brady.
But that's really what I got for the Bucks. Their defense is
Todd Heap.
Dude, come on, man. We got cut the man some slack. My thing about the Bucks is their defense. I don't know if they are in a position where maybe they have some confidence in one aspect of their defense. Maybe it can't be linebackers because they're on the market. DBs, maybe they free up some space with a Jamal Dean cut and have faith in who they have in that locker room. At corner and safety, maybe boost that pass rush up a little bit. But then on the offensive side, you keep Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. You got, Rachaad White. He's not the best running back in the league, but I like him. He's only 24 years old. Ran for like 950 yards last year. Add one more piece, and I really like that offense. I really do like that offense. And, we talked about it. I'm not expecting a Super Bowl out of Baker Mayfield. Bro could get another Pro Bowl. Bro go to the Pro Bowl again.
He can make a wild card game.
He can make a wild card game. Maybe even win one. Who knows?
Maybe win 10 games this year.
Maybe win 10 games this year.
That would be nice.
But Devan, we talked Tampa Bay. We talked the moves that the Bills made. We talked the weird spots that I pissed in. Kirk Cousins, Ravens signing Justin, Joe Flacco playing, Calvin Ridley. Is there anything else you need to get off your chest before we get out of here?
It's funny that, like, of all the stories that we could, or all, like, the things that we could talk about on here, like, one of, like, the first ones is, like, you pissing in just a random bucket. That's meant for hot towels. I think it's nice. I think it's refreshing.
So we could make fun of Cam Newton for saying something stupid. We could talk about
we're getting beat up by a bunch of.
Bro did not get beat up.
20-year-old.
Bro did not.
He didn't get popped in his mouth.
Okay, yeah, one punch.
He got bitched though. That was a bitch
Got
shot.
hit one time as he was like defending 3 guys off, smiling,
Yeah.
mind you, and gets hit. And it's like, did he hit him or did the brim of his hat break whoever's hand that was?
That's true. That's thick leather,
You know
dude.
what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That's some thick cowhide.
I don't know what was going on with that.
Maybe it's like that vegan cowhide stuff.
With that being said, brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. We will be back on Tuesday to talk more NFL, maybe some NBA, maybe some shit pops off in the NBA. Give a full week for us to talk some NBA. But with that being said, it has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.
Eat your Wheaties.